Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be a little bit quiet this morning because it is only just 6 AM and everyone's still in bed. Today I'm going to talk to you all about intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting is something that I've been doing for about the last 12 months now, and to quickly clear things up, it isn't a magic weight loss diet and there's nothing weird and wonderful about it. Intermittent fasting isn't even a diet, it's just a method and a way of eating your food throughout the day. So your calories aren't going to change, your macros aren't going to change, so your protein, carbohydrates and fats. The only thing that is going to change is your times of eating. So the method that I follow is a 16-8 method, and this is probably the most common method of fasting, which I'm going to explain a little bit later when it comes to explaining the different ways that you can fast. So my morning pretty much looks the same every single day. I get up, have a black coffee to give me a little bit of a kick of energy. I go and train around 7 AM, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. We have just got to the gym in, I'd say Manchester then.
Definitely not near Manchester, nowhere near Manchester.
I was just about to train 7 AM. We're on a fasted state still. And I think a lot of people wonder, how can you have energy before you go to the gym if you've had nothing to eat? Black coffee. And you get used to it, your body's very adaptive. It only takes like 2 weeks to get into a normal routine. I know sometimes it's going to be hard at first. And the other thing I forgot to mention is I've got a new addition today, haven't I? The tash.
It's so prominent.
Like it?
Do you not think he just looks like a different person?
A little bit Mexican.
Yeah.
Got black vestons there as well, definitely look Mexican. And I've been tanning in the garden all day. Hey, baby. One thing we do at the start of every workout is carts. So we do carts pretty much 4 to 5 times a week, about 10 minutes at the start of every session. Just because carts is one of that muscle group for me that grows really slowly, and because you're on your feet and on your toes pretty much all day every day, they can take a bit of a battering. And we're back. So I just finished in the gym. It's now 10:30 and I'm just going to briefly run you through how I intermittent fast. Day pretty much starts with a black coffee, the gym. 12 noon I have my first meal, which is generally oats. Then I'll probably eat maybe every 3 hours. I'll finish my last meal about 8 or 9 o'clock, so that gives me that structure of 8-16, and the 8-16 method of fasting is pretty much the most popular one. You pretty much skip breakfast, have your first meal at noon, and finish eating around 8 or 9 o'clock. Now remember, there's no fixed time into when you should have your hours. You can eat 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock and eat up until 10 PM, as long as you're kind of sticking to that rough 16-8. As you probably worked out, there's no magic to it at all. It's just a case of skipping breakfast and having a little bit later on. Now let's get rid of the bullshit, and there's a lot of it. And this was basically created by Kellogg's, who are telling you that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I wonder why a breakfast company would tell you that cereal is the most important meal of the day. And you still probably hear a lot of people say skipping breakfast is bad for you. The reason for this is they read a lot of myths and fads online, and it's generally because they believe that having more small meals through the day is better for your metabolic rate and burning through more calories. More bullshit. If you do a bit more reading into this and how much energy your body uses to digest that meal you just had, it's generally used about 10% of the calories. So for example, if your meal is 200 calories, it's probably going to take 10% of those calories, 20 calories, to burn through that food. So if you're having 10 meals, 200 calories per day, 2,000 calories, and it's going to use 10% of that to digest that food. It's 200 calories burned through digestion. Now, if you have 2 big meals a day of 1,000 calories, that's 2,000 calories, and guess what? You're using 10% to digest that food still, so you're burning off 200 calories through digestion. And you don't have to be no Einstein to figure that one out. So what are the benefits of intermittent fasting? The benefit for me is it makes my day easier. It's a lot more lifestyle driven, it's a lot more at your own pace. You aren't dictated through you must have breakfast here, you must have lunch here, and you must have dinner here. Be a bit more creative with your meals. It allows you to have larger meals throughout the day rather than having small meals chunked up, which for me, I much prefer. And ultimately it's helped me stay within my deficit and stop binge eating and going off track. I mean, at the end of the day, no one's tucking into the ice cream till about 7 AM, 8 AM in the morning. It's always at night after you finish watching Corrie or Emmerdale, you're going for that big spoon and you're dipping into that big old tub. So we can skip some more bullshit that helps you live longer, it helps reduce cancer, and it helps increase brain cells and nuclear power and all this kind of shit. It's a basic way of eating. It's a method of planning your food out through the day. As I said before, it is not a new diet. People have been intermittent fasting for years. We did it when we were cavemen, we're doing it now, and we'll continue to do it for more and more years to come. Now, there's more ways and methods that you can do intermittent fasting. There's the one that I do, 16-8. There's also a daily fast where you can skip a day's eating and do another day's eating, so you double up on your calories next day. You can do the 5-2 way of intermittent fasting. Wow, that sun is bright today. The other method is 5-2 method, which is where you'll skip your 2 days of a weekend and eat for your 5 days of the week. So you have a lot more calories through the week, but who really doesn't want to eat at the weekend? Also, your weekends where you get all the good shit in. Gin teas, your Chinese, your Five Guys. Now let's look at the problems with intermittent fasting. Now, there's no real problem with intermittent fasting that doesn't cause any health issues or any difficulties. It's just a case of your body getting used to a different method of eating. I know a lot of people struggle to firstly start skipping breakfast, but it's like with anything, whenever you take up a new routine or a new habit or a new training routine, it's going to take your body a little bit of getting used to. So yeah, in the first week, 2 weeks, you are going to feel a bit hungry in the morning. If you want to get this new method of eating into your life and get into a daily habit, you're going to have to be a little bit disciplined with it. Now, there is methods and ways that you can integrate to help you keep a little bit more full in the morning. One of these for me is a black iced coffee. I also like to have a Monster. Occasionally I'll pick it a little bit of melon to keep me full as well. The other thing that I really like to do when I'm intermittent fasting is get everything in MyFitnessPal first. So use this as an accountability tool. It'll just let you see what calories you've got left for the rest of the day, what you're filled up with, where your protein is, your carbohydrates and your fat. Back again. So throughout this week I've been fasting, and I thought I'd make some observations and take some notes as I was going through, just because I've been doing fasting for a long time now, so I think I sometimes take advantage of the fact that how comfortable I am with it and some of the things that new people may need to know before they start fasting. So firstly, who would I recommend fasting for? I'd recommend fasting for your average Joe trying to lose a bit of body weight or lose a bit of body fat. I'd recommend fasting for anyone who isn't hungry of a morning and wants to shift some of their calories later on. I'd recommend fasting to anyone who does a lot of travelling. So if you're going from place to place early in the morning and it isn't really productive or efficient for you to be eating or making breakfast early on the day. This is also applicable to people who are going on holiday. So for example, when I go abroad, I like to get up fast in the morning, have a coffee, maybe have some fruit, and then I won't have anything to eat till early evening or late afternoon, because it allows me to have some more calories whilst on holiday while still looking after my body. I also personally like to fast over weekends. So for example, I schedule in a cheat meal pretty much every Saturday or Sunday, just because I like to have a life. Nobody likes restricting themselves too much, so by fasting throughout the day, early on in the morning, early afternoon, I'll have probably a cheat meal around 5 or 6 o'clock. Now this allows me to take a full day's calories, so maybe 2,000, 2,500 calories, and I'll even add an extra percentage on top of that. That means when you come to your cheat meal, it is guilt free, almost. And then what I'll also do maybe on a Sunday, because I'm so full from having such a big meal on a Saturday, I'll do a short sharp fast on Sunday as well, more so because in fact I'm really stodgy and full and bloated, and I really don't need that much food. Now what I would advise when you go into a fast is keep yourself busy in the morning. I find that I'm really productive when I'm fasting because I'm trying to keep myself busy and keep my mind off food. You start to notice when you do this, you get a lot of work done in the morning, you get a lot of stuff done, and I get my training done of a morning as well. Things that you may want to keep with you in the morning when you are fasting is a big bottle of water, a can of Monster, and even a coffee just to keep yourself nice and fueled. You'll have loads more energy once you've got no food in, and a little bit of caffeine to keep you chugging along through the rest of the morning up until your break. What you'll also probably notice is that your appetite will be suppressed, which is a great thing, because it obviously bring up your leptin and lower your ghrelin. Now one thing I would do of an evening when you are obviously having your last meal, you want to make that big, nutritious, volume sized meal. So something like a big chicken stir fry with maybe some even noodles or a little bit of rice, something which is going to keep you full for a long period of time, but it's also going to give you enough energy, because now you're not going to get your next meal until the following day at 12 noon. Very lastly, what should you break a fast with? Now, you don't want anything which is high in sugar, which is going to spike your insulin levels and going to make you really hungry and want to dig into everything. I genuinely break my fast with a bowl of oats, something like 40 to 50 grams, scoop of whey protein and a tablespoon of peanut butter. Brings me up to around 400 to 500 calories, gets my fats in, gets my carbohydrates in, which is slow release, and gets me some protein in nice and quick as well, first thing. So my top tips on fasting, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Have a look at some of the links that I've left in the info below, and I look forward to catching you very soon.